What is up, everybody? Welcome in to a live edition of Wide Eye Sports Fantasy Corner. I got Riley, I got Spoon. We're going to be rocking through week 5 of the NFL fantasy season. Must starts, must sits, waiver wire guys. We're trying to get it all to you tonight so you can get it in before tomorrow morning, which is when the waiver wire hits. So, with that being said, how did everybody feel about week 4, fantasy-wise? How's everybody feeling?
Oh, I felt good. Finished 3-1 on the week between all my leagues.
I think I'm pretty sure I went 2-2. And I honestly, the Monday Night Football game is what screwed me. Derrick Henry screwed me. I was up. No, listen. I was up 40-something points before the Sunday Night Football game.
Yep.
Other dude has Derrick
Monday
Henry.
Night Football.
No. This was Sunday.
Are you talking
evening.
about Blake?
I'm talking about Blake. I was up 40.
But it wasn't the vital matchup though.
No, it wasn't. But I was up.
Monday night was
my whole point is that I was up 40 points.
And then Derrick Henry
and
happened.
then all he had was Derrick Henry and one other guy. Derrick Henry dropped 35.
Derrick Henry and Jackson Smith-Njigba.
And then I was still up like 2 or 3 points, and I'm like, okay, I have Tyreek and he has Jackson Smith-Njigba. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I was not fine.
He was
at all.
It was not.
The one game I lost was by 0.4 points. I was so mad. I was like, just any player falls for, I would.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna count the dynasty one because I didn't even set my lineup this week for it.
Dude, what are you doing? You gotta
no, I'm just kidding. I did set my lineup for it, but I didn't dig deep and look at well, there's not really many waivers to look at.
Yeah, there's not waivers in that one.
You're kind of just stuck with what you got. But no, so I went 2-1.
I went 4-2 overall. Had a huge win in the dynasty, the first dynasty. All three of us are in. Lost the second dynasty. We were all in. Me and Spoon have a main league, in which it's an 8-man league. We've high school buddies been doing it for almost over a decade now, I think. And
season 11.
I went and beat the number 1 guy in the league to take first place and moved to 3-1 with most points scored. So.
And now we have a matchup this week. Me
and Spooner going against each other. We have some legendary battles over the years. We have a couple of championship games against each other. 1-1 in the championship against each other.
We made it to the championship game like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, you went 3 years, I went 2, and we did back to back against each other, and split that series. So we've done the fantasy thing before a couple of times, but all right, should we jump into week 5 here? Talk about some waiver wire pickups.
Yeah.
Waiver wire pickups. I'll go first. Let's start with QBs. I got a couple here. Sam Darnold, still available in over 50% of leagues.
Not in my leagues.
Not in your league.
Not in my league.
So, and these are via NFL stats. So, NFL.com is where I'm getting these stats. Justin Fields still available in just under 80% of leagues. Geno Smith, 70% of leagues availability.
That was my big quarterback because right now he is quarterback 8 in the rankings, and he's only rostered in 43% of leagues.
Yeah. So Justin Fields is a big one. It looks like he's going to get the start as Russell Wilson ramps up activity. Still, I don't think they'll start Russ this week.
I don't think they'll start Russ.
We will talk about that more. We will talk about that more, but not on this episode. You'll have to tune in to our actual podcast episode that airs Wednesdays to see that. We're going to talk about that more on that show, so make sure to tune into that. We will cover that. But do you guys have any other waiver wire pickups for the quarterback position?
No, and I just want to call something out real quick to those people that do redraft leagues, and they're always like, "Ooh, I got to take one of those top quarterbacks." Dude, I'm looking at the waiver right now in one of my leagues. You got Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, and Justin Fields all sitting there. And guess what? 3 of those guys are currently in the top 8 in quarterback scoring. I think
Sam Darnold's quarterback 4 right now.
Yep, Sam Darnold's 4, Fields is 6, and Geno Smith is 8.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to know where Mahomes is, who's going.
He's like 26.
Yeah, he's like not good. And guess what? Yeah. Somebody wasted a 3rd, 4th round pick on him.
Yeah, wild. Wild. But yeah, so running backs. I'm gonna move on to running backs here.
Before you say his name, I just want to call him out real quick.
Okay, who you got?
Chase Brown.
He's literally number one on my list.
I know he's number one on your list. I knew he was, but I was like, I can't keep letting Brenner.
Yeah.
He can get everybody out before I got anything to say. Chase Brown, it looks like they finally decided to lean on him a little bit more.
Yeah.
His carries basically just doubled from the previous game before, doubled +1. You said it. You called it at the beginning of the season. Just wait for it. It's his first year. No, it's not. It's his second year. Sorry. He was a rookie last year, but you were like, hey, just wait. Like, they're going to start utilizing him more and more, get him a little bit more reps. And then look at what he did. 15 attempts, 80 yards.
I said it from day one. They weren't going to use Zach Moss like a true RB1 like they used Mixon. Everybody thought like, oh, Zach Moss proved in Indy that he can be used as RB1. He did prove that in my opinion, but he didn't prove that to the Bengals. It was all over their training camp. It was going to be a 50-50 split is what I thought originally, and looks like it's just going to go from like 80-20 to 80-20 one way. Like it's just going to flip one day. So
but I mean, he's only rostered right now in 57% of leagues. So
I had 46% on mine.
Yeah. Well, I got to. You might have.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just giving you more stats.
But yeah, he's rostered in roughly 50% of leagues. That means if you have 2 leagues, more than likely he's available in one of them. So there you go.
Heavy odds. Yeah, and then my other waiver wire running back, Tank Bigsby.
Yep,
Tank Bigsby is available in 99% of NFL leagues. 99. So 90 yards on 7 carries, kind of good. Well,
that's what I was gonna say too. Like his usage isn't really there, but he's doing so much with the usage that he does. He averaged 12 yards a carry.
And ETN is banged up, so they're gonna start leaning on Bigsby more to take the load off ETN for a few weeks. I feel like so. You're in a tough situation. Weeks 5 and 6 bye weeks. They are harsh on everybody. I promise you, they are harsh on everybody.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. I have Barkley and David Montgomery both on a bye this week in one of my leagues.
Yeah. So, 5, 6, and 12 are the 11 and 12-ish are the rough weeks for buys this year. So you're not alone. Tank Bigsby, you just pick him up, lean on him when you have a bye. 1 week, it probably only gets you 8 to 12 points, but that's better than the 3 that you're going to get out of some random dude off the waiver. Yep. So, wide receivers, everybody go moving on wide receivers.
There's not really. Oh, you have a running back?
You got a running back?
I've got one on running back, and I feel like I might be a week too early on this.
Yeah.
But Ty Johnson, the Buffalo Bills backup running back, the last 2 weeks, he's got 7 touches, 50 yards, and 2 touched. And he cost a lot of my buddies a lot of money on Cook anytime touchdown.
Ooh.
When he stole his touchdown at the goal line last week. So I think he's going to start seeing more and more usage in the offense, maybe in the red zone. We'll see. Yeah. But he's rostered in 0% of leagues according to the offense.
Well, it's probably like 0.6% of leagues or something like that. But wide receivers, I got a few here. I got a few wide receivers.
You care if I shout one out?
Yeah, go for it.
My big one. Oh, I have 2 that are really big.
Yeah, I have 2 big ones and a third.
Is one of them? One of them's on a Packer wide receiver though, is it?
One of them. That's my sneaker.
Okay. That's your sneaker.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and give him a shout out. Then it's Dontavion Wicks.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love. He just got back from injury, and the first thing he does is give this guy 13 targets.
Yeah. Obviously, some love.
Yeah, he gave him a lot of love. He only caught 5 of them, which is kind of crazy, but he still put up 24
But Love
points.
trusted him enough to keep going.
Yeah, he trusted him enough to keep going.
He had a few bad drops even, but Love just kept firing it. He trusted him. Love trusts this kid.
Yep. So that was he's only rostered in 20% of leagues based from Sleeper. So I would definitely give this kid a chance. I feel like I know another one, but I'm gonna let you say.
I mean, you can.
Guy's name.
Throw it out.
You gonna give Leggett a shout out?
No. I got 2 other guys that are above him. You ready for him?
Go ahead. I'll talk about Leggett.
Wan'Dale Robinson. Yeah. Especially with Malik Neighbors. Dude had like 12 targets last week with Malik Neighbors playing most of the game and having like 17 himself. So if Neighbors is out for a week, especially, even if he's not, even if he's playing, you should pick this kid up. But Wan'Dale Robinson, if Malik Neighbors is out, is going to get 15 targets a game. So that's a must start, especially in PPR formats.
That's the thing, too, is that a lot of these teams are starting to see, okay, this kid's good. We need to start like trying to figure out how to stop Malik Neighbors, and that's going to take a little bit of pressure off of Wan'Dale Robinson, which is just going to feed him more and more targets. That's why I liked this. I liked the pickup like a few weeks ago, and honestly, I still like it today. He's still rostered in less than 50% of leagues, so more than likely he's there. So yeah.
All right, so I got a guy that's rostered in less than 3% of leagues here. He's flown really under the radar, but crazy stat, he leads his team in target share percentage, and he is rostered in less than 3% of leagues. Josh Downs, come on down. He is the favorite target of every quarterback on the team. Joe Flacco, Anthony Richardson, doesn't matter who's in there. He's the favorite target. They scheme him plays open, and they try to get this kid the ball. He's quick. He's shifty. He's really fast. So they want him with the ball in his hands. They're trying to figure out ways to do that, take some pressure off the outside guys. He's their slot receiver, and he's rostered in less than 3% of leagues, and he has the highest target share of anybody on the team. So I know Richardson hasn't played extra great right now, but we're not telling you about must starts this week. Right now we're telling you about waiver wire guys that could have some impact for your team. And I'm not saying he's going to be a weekly wide receiver one, but he's definitely going to be, can I start this guy in the flex this week? Does he have a good matchup? Yes, there's a 10, 15 point game out of him. So I really like Josh Downs. But if you want to talk about Xavier Legette a little bit.
I would love to. So here's my thing with Legette. I had him as kind of like a sleeper wide receiver rookie this year. The thing is that I lost confidence in him whenever he had Bryce Young throwing him the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Now he has Andy Dalton, and here's my thing with what they're going to be doing. Andy Dalton gave him 10 targets last game, so obviously he likes him.
Big body, AJ Green type.
Exactly. There's a lot of games coming up where I see them playing from behind.
Yeah.
Which means they're going to be passing the ball quite a bit.
I mean, after they beat the Bears, it'll be all from behind.
I'm just saying, like, they have like Denver's starting to figure out how to score, so I don't see them blowing Denver out. I might see them blowing out the Giants a little bit, but besides that, like, Atlanta's going to be close. Atlanta could go ahead by 2 touchdowns. Washington plays very quick; they could go ahead pretty early in the game. So if that's the case, they're going to be passing the ball quite a bit, and I see Legette getting a ton of targets during that. And he could be popping off for at least another 19, 20-point game for sure.
I need a timeout real quick. I need a timeout on the field. I have to say this for my own like sanity. If you've ever watched the show before, you know I hate Sean Payton. Sean Payton's a dirty, rotten cheater, and I hate him. Okay, what he is doing with Bo Nix right now in that offense is incredible. He deserves all the respect in the world. He is coaching them up. He is having them play great ball. Bo Nix is not a good quarterback, and he is making him look like a good quarterback. And I would like to say, Sean Payton, you're doing a great job. I absolutely hate you still, but respect where respect is due, and you, sir, deserve respect.
I'm proud of you, Brenner. I never thought you would give credit to Sean Payton and Bo Nix.
Stole a Super Bowl from me. I hate that guy.
I do have another wide receiver you guys have not missed.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that is Allen Lazard. According to Yahoo, he is owned in 36% of leagues. He has finished over his projected point scoring in 3 out of his 4 games. He's had 20-point games. He's had 8-point games. He's kind of everywhere.
But, I mean, if your floor is 8 points, that's a flex play every day.
Yes. And he's only owned in 36% of leagues in Yahoo.
Yeah. So...
So hold on real quick. You're looking at rostered on Yahoo, right?
Yes.
Brenner, what are you looking at on the roster?
NFL.
I'm looking on Sleeper.
Yeah, we got
all looking different.
Out. We got the numbers. We got the numbers, boys and girls. We are here to help you with the numbers. All right, so I got a tight end for you. I only have 1 tight end. I don't know if you guys have many tight ends.
I have like maybe 2.
Okay, my number 1, I gotta say, sit Mark Andrews. Right now, sit Mark Andrews, sit Isaiah Likely. It's not worth risking 0 points.
I would try to trade.
I would drop.
If anybody is willing to
some
kind of upside, just see what you can get.
Yeah. See, if you can trade either of those two, get rid of them. But I would drop them because I doubt many people are going to trade for them. But my start of the week, or my waiver wire tight end of the week, not my start of the week, is Tucker Kraft. He is owned in or he's owned in 1% of leagues, available in 99% of leagues. Jordan Love comes back, feeds him the ball. He had a late fumble, which wasn't good, but he also had the red zone touchdown. So he's looked at in the red zone. He had 9 targets, so Love likes him. Tucker Kraft.
All right. Riley, I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I'm going to give 2 people a shout out here.
I don't have a tight end.
No tight end for waiver wire this week?
That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and say he's only rostered in 67% of sleeper leagues, so there's some leagues where he's still available, but if you need depth, get Pat Freiermuth. Just pick him up.
Yeah.
His target share has just been steadily going up as the season's gone on. His snap percentage has also been going up. Obviously, I like those odds quite a bit, so go after him. But my big one of the week right now, he's getting reps from my favorite boy, and that's Cade Otton. But it's Baker that's throwing him the ball. Okay, listen.
No, I'm listening.
In the last 2 games, Cade Otton has gotten 8 targets and then 9 targets, compared to only 2 both the week 1 and 2. His target share is going up. His points are going up because of that. He got 9 last week. He got 11 this week. That's all you really need from a tight end. You just need consistency. If he's going to continue to get 8 to 9 targets a game, it might go down. Even if he's getting 7 or 6, I love those odds. I love that Baker's starting to throw him the ball. His snap percentage is 95% of snaps last week. You cannot argue with that when it comes to tight end. You just pick him up.
So,
and he's only rostered in 19% of leagues. Pick him up.
Does anybody has any other waiver wires they need to get out real quick? Because that is a perfect transition, Spoon. A perfect transition to my start of the week at tight end, which is also Cade Otton. Yeah. So that is a perfect transition into start of the weeks. So we'll start with tight end for me.
We didn't plan this either, guys. Just like
we didn't plan that. We didn't plan.
I had no idea.
I got Cade Otton written right here. Start of the week. Cade Otton. Atlanta's vulnerable to tight ends. They give up, I think, the 3rd most points to tight ends each week. So Cade Otton is my start of the week at tight end. At quarterback, my start of the week is Sam Darnold. Okay, this sounds crazy, but it is the Sammy D revenge game. Okay, he's going to play the New York Jets, and he is going to rip apart that defense. He's going to ball all day. I'm saying it right now. Sam Darnold, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. Could have a pick. I'm not saying he won't have a pick, but start him this week. And then as far as running back goes,
we can go ahead and go, right?
I was just gonna run through mine and let you run through yours and let Riley run through his.
Okay, we can do that.
Because I already did tight end and quarterback.
Yeah, you did already do tight end and quarterback.
I was about to say I already did both of them. Riley, the Seattle Seahawks can't stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they don't play. Wait, hold on.
I was gonna say, what are you calling me out for? The Bears are playing.
Yeah. The Bears play the Panthers. They
play Green Bay next.
Sorry, I have Hawks written here, but they play the Panthers. The Panthers are vulnerable to the run, is what I meant to say there. I have Hawks written down, and I just read it off my sheet here. So the Panthers are vulnerable to the run. They have a great secondary. I've talked about it a lot on this show, but DeAndre Swift, I think he's going to have big back-to-back games. I think that Bears O-line showed last week what they can do to defenses that are vulnerable to the run. And while I don't think the Bears have the world's best O-line, they certainly don't have the world's worst. So I think that DeAndre Swift is a must start this week. I think they will lean heavily on him. You said it before we started this show. Caleb is 2-0 in games where he throws less than 30 passes. And I think they're going to attempt to make that the formula for success now that they have realized that, hey, having a rookie quarterback throw it 50 times is bad. We don't want to do that. So DeAndre Swift, RB start of the week. And then my wide receiver for this week, Christian Kirk. He's averaging 11 targets in his last 2 games. Trevor Lawrence is literally force-feeding him the ball right now. And bad offense or not, targets are targets. And Trevor Lawrence can sling the rock around. So if he's going to get 7, 8, 9 catches in a game, I promise you he's not going to have a bad game if that's the case. So Christian Kirk is my wide receiver start of the week, and that ends it for me. Who wants to go next?
Boone, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go.
Cool.
So you started at tight end. I'm probably going to go ahead and start at quarterback.
That's fine.
I have a couple that I really, really like the matchups. I love the Jordan Love matchup this week against the Rams. I have him in a couple leagues, and I have him paired with some other people, but I'm still going to be starting him this week. And I also love Geno Smith against the Giants this week. I think Geno is going to have a bounce-back game from losing to Detroit, and he's just going to be ready to go. Running backs. Ramondre Stevenson and the New England Patriots play Miami. Teams are figuring out that if you slow the game down, you run the ball on Miami, it eliminates them having the ball, and it eliminates them giving up big plays to their big superstars in Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. So I like them to be able to control this game with Ramondre Stevenson running the ball. I do also really like. There was another one. I'm sorry. Let me find it.
You're good.
Oh, it was DeAndre Swift. You already said him though. That was your start of the week.
Yep.
Second.
Start Josh Jacobs too against the Rams. Just the Rams defense. It's going to be a shootout whenever a team this good plays the Rams. Honestly.
Absolutely, and it's just going to be one of those things where the Rams did beat the Niners, and I'm not trying to discredit the Bears here, Riley. That's not what I'm going for here. Not trying to take anything away from the Bears when I say this, but the Rams aren't a very good team right now. They played the Niners, tough divisional game. We all know what happens in divisional games. So I would 100% start anybody I could against the Rams right now because they're good, or running back wise, because they're going to get up early. They're going to run the ball. They won't be able. The Rams aren't going to be able to catch up. So I like any running back against the Rams right now.
And this is a little twofer. Washington has a terrible defense. It's not really that good.
Yeah.
One of my starts of the week is Amari Cooper. They're going to be slinging the rock to him.
Yeah.
Get him in your flex if you have him at least. And to coincide with that, Terry McLaurin. They're going to, like I said, they're going to be slinging the rock. Cleveland's defense isn't as good as we thought it would be. They're probably going to be.
Really thought it would be good too.
Yeah. So I would start either one of those receivers in that matchup. Tight end. Oh, let's see. I mean, my start of the week was freaking Kate Otten. Sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. That was my big one. Honestly, Baltimore struggles against tight ends as well.
Yeah.
It's a division game since he's gonna be playing Baltimore pretty close. I do like the Mike Gesicki start.
Yeah, after a rough week last week, I think he bounces back.
Yep.
He had negative points last week.
That's my start of the week.
So my quarterback for this week is Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
Now, the Vikings defense has been good up until this point, but their biggest thing is blitzing. They like sending very exotic blitzes. They like blitzing a lot.
64%.
And with a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who has seen pretty much all there is to see in the NFL, it will be hard to show him a look or a blitz that he hasn't seen before. I think he's going to come up to the line. He's going to be able to tell who's coming, who's not coming. He's going to be getting the ball out quick, and the less guys you have in coverage, the larger potential for big plays to happen. Mm-hmm. So I like Aaron Rodgers for those reasons. I also like Najee Harris against Dallas. Now,
that's a good one. I looked at him too.
I like that one.
The Dallas run game, the Dallas defense has not been that great. Then you match that in with Justin Fields. He's going to be taking like a defensive end out of the play, the read option. I think,
and
Najee
both their starting defenses end are hurt.
Yes, yep. I think Najee could have a big day, and he hasn't done much this season. I think he's averaging like 3 yards a carry.
You know what, Riley? I love that because I was looking at him and I was like, I'm not going to pick him. I'm so glad you did because I was looking at that too. And
and the other thing, I wasn't going to go into this, but the last time Fields played Dallas, he went for like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. So if you're thinking about picking him up, it might be a good week too.
I mean, he's 6th right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's 6th overall quarterback or fantasy scoring quarterback. Yeah. That's
now for my wide receiver. I'm a big storylines guy. I think storylines play out in a certain way. I love me a DJ Moore.
Yep, I knew it.
Carolina. Him and Caleb have been kind of off all season. And how perfect would it be if they just connect. Where DJ has 6 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns against his old team.
He only runs 6 routes a game, though.
Say that again?
I said he only gets to run 6 routes a game, though, with Shane Waldron.
Hey, don't listen to him. I love that start. I love
Thank you. And
I'm starting.
Waldron
I already changed my lineup in one league, and I got DJ Moore starting because I'm like, hell yeah.
I don't think
I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't like the storyline. Not saying I don't like the storyline. I like the storyline.
I don't think Shane Waldron knows what he's going to do with the offense before he shows up.
Seriously.
And then for my tight end, you guys had already covered it. I like Mike Gesicki versus Baltimore. Baltimore's bad against tight ends. I like his quarterback. I think they have the potential to be down early, if not late.
Yep.
But those are my must starts for the week.
I like it. I think we all pretty much agreed on a lot of the same shit here. I like it.
I feel like we all went pretty hard. Do you guys got any sits you want to mention real quick?
I was going to touch up on it. I was also going to touch up on like maybe a couple defenses to start.
I mean,
if you want a defense to start, I streamed mine and it's been doing pretty well. I streamed Houston last week and they put up 12 fantasy points for me, which is good enough. That's really all I need to win.
I will say my prediction about the Bears finishing as the #1 defense in fantasy, it's looking pretty good through 4 games.
Hey, the Bears defense, I said it. I don't even know if you were on the show last week or maybe it was a couple weeks ago I said it, but that defense is for real in Chicago. I have admitted that. So that is a legitimate thing.
I have, just letting you guys know, I have the Seahawks defense. They're going against the Giants this week.
Yep, Hawks defense is a good one.
I think the Seahawks are going to have a bounce back game, like I said, after losing to Detroit. It's also in Seattle, so crowd's going to be loud. I see Seattle putting up some good points on defense this week versus the Giants.
For sure. Speaking of that, one of my sit of the week candidates is Devin Singletary for the Giants. Seahawks, despite what they showed against the Detroit Lions, who played a perfect game offensively, the Seahawks defense is good. It's not terrible. It's not as good as they've looked because they've had poor competition, but they are a good defense, and Devin Singletary will not get much going. I also have, we talked about it a little earlier, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. Try to get rid of them if you can. Brandon Ayuk is another big sit candidate. They're not using him. I don't care what they're paying him. I don't know if you guys saw the
insane.
Well, but I don't know if you saw the video of Brandon Ayuk in the shorts dilemma. Did you guys see that?
No, I did, but that's just so ridiculous.
Well, I think that he is being a problem in the locker room, and they can't afford to use him on the field, and him be like, "Well, when I get the ball, we can win too. So, like, you should really." So, I just don't think they're going to use him right now. And last but not least, Dak. I would sit Dak.
Dak is my. I was gonna come in and say mine. Dak is my sit quarterback of the week for sure. Going against Pittsburgh as well. It's just that defense is so good. They're going to be putting a lot of pressure on him. He is 100%.
I will say though, this could be a turning point for Dallas's defense because I could see Fields having 4 turnovers or 4 touchdowns. Like I could see the Dallas defense having.
To be fair,
I'm going to say it too. I'm sitting Patrick Mahomes this week.
Oh,
he's going against the Saints secondary.
I don't think that's that crazy of a stretch. He hasn't played that well. I mean, he's the best. He's the best player in the world. Like, we're not going to sit here and pretend he's not. But like, the offense isn't trying to be as explosive right now. They're trying to win the game through defense and running the rock. So they're not asking him to do as much. So he's just not as statistically productive. And I mean, he's just not. They're not running the offense through him right now. So I don't hate that at all.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got anything else before we end the episode?
Yeah, I would consider sitting Devon Achane too. Especially, honestly, I would probably be sitting most of those running backs and wide receivers. That Miami offense is just struggling hard.
I think they're gonna get wise. I think McDaniels is gonna get wise and lean on that run game. Man, I think he'll get 20, 25 attempts.
That's the thing, is that they are trying to just go for that run game right now, and that's what the defenses are planning for. And that's all. If that's all you have to stop, it makes it very easy to win the game.
Yeah, Nope.
And that's what
Tennessee just beat them. So they're not a good team right now down in Miami. Unfortunately, Mike McDaniels is struggling a little bit. So, but anybody else? Anybody got anything?
I don't think
All right.
so.
Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys later. Make sure to check out the actual podcast. Airs on Wednesdays. We'll have a quarter season review later this week as well, where we'll give MVP and some, just some overall recap of the quarter way through the season. So see you guys later. What?
Quick question. Is Travis Kelce going to get a touchdown this week?
No.
Would you consider trading him after finally having a big week?
Yes.
Cool. Same. I'm on board with that. I would try to be trading Travis Kelce right now.
Yep.
See you guys.
Peace out, guys.